Adam Doleac is one of the stars you'll be able to see this weekend at City Smokeout, and he joins me now. Adam, I mean, this is a staple here in Chicago, so what excites you about performing at a venue like this?
Well, it's one of my favorite cities to start with, first of all. And then Windy City is as an artist, you kind of watch all these different festivals happen, and you kind of build this wish list of where you want to play. And so this is one that's been circled on mine for a while. This is my first time playing Windy City. We played Joe's Live, Rosemont several times. I think we passed the Ed Worm test at Joe's, and now we get to come out here and play the show. But we're looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great crowd. All
right. Well, you're gonna be performing many of your hit songs, some from your new EP here. I'm just curious, what was the inspiration behind some of the new music that you put out?
Well, time. It's called About Time, and it's it kind of hints at it's about time we do this, it's about time we do that. But really, the whole thing is about the word time. It's my favorite thing to write about. I have a 3-month-old at home. We just had our first baby. And, the older you get, the more you do. I got married, I had a baby. You just kind of realize time is the most valuable thing we have. And so that's what this whole project is about, really honing in on that and, trying to spend the time that we have in the right way. And that's what all these songs are about, and people seem to be loving it.
Fans love seeing your posts on social media of your son. Congratulations. What's the biggest surprise about fatherhood that you weren't expecting?
Honestly, that I love every single part of it, like down to changing diapers. Really? It doesn't bother me. No part of it bothers me so far. It's my favorite thing I've ever done by a mile. You always hear how hard it is and how brutal it is, but me and Mac have been having so much fun with it. And I think I expected to maybe not love some parts of it, and I couldn't love every part of it more. So,
well, we're talking about the now. I want you to take me back here, because not only are you a country star, you are also a baseball star. How does a baseball star get into country?
My teammates actually booked my first shows for me. I've played drums my whole life. So in the college house, they played guitar, I played drums, and they kept telling me, when they would leave the house, I would pick up their guitar and kind of start noodling. And they kept saying, hey, you have a unique voice, you have a cool voice, you should sing. To which I said, absolutely not. That sounds terrifying. I don't want to sing in front of anybody. But they actually went and booked me 3 shows, like little bars in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, my hometown. And they all sold out, not because I knew what I was doing, but because people knew me from baseball. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And so at the end of college, I had a couple offers to go play. Actually, the White Sox were one of the offers, and it was late, like the 38th round or something. And so I decided to move to Nashville instead of chase the baseball thing. So my teammates kind of started it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, everything happens for a reason here, so I can't help but notice you have a Wrigley Field shirt on. You were just telling me you're a Chicago sports fan. How did that happen?
Well, I just kind of fell in love with the city, and obviously if you've ever been to Wrigley Field, you fall in love with that pretty quickly too. And I'm just a huge baseball fan, and I love, we play all over the country, and I just kind of have my running list of cities I love. And Chicago, unless it's wintertime, probably, is always been one of my favorites. So I was talking to Ed earlier. I think we're going to try to make Wrigley Jack's first stop at his first baseball field he goes to. So, but I've had some friends come through here. Jock Peterson's probably my best buddy in the MLB. He had a little time at the Cubs. So I've been following him along, and instead of I grew up a Braves fan, but now I'm more so of a fan of where my buddies are playing. So anybody that's played on the Cubs,
We got to get you singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in the 7th inning stretch. I mean, that would be perfect for you.
That'd be insane. Hook that up. Can you do that?
I know some people. I'll see what I can do. Okay.
Do like a little,
I think if people hear me sing, they'll exit the ballpark immediately. I think you're going to need to take the lead here. But, your baseball background, you had the opportunity to play in the College World Series. What was that like?
At the time, the coolest thing I'd ever done. I actually give it credit for kind of chasing this music thing, because you're playing, you walk in and there's 25,000 people and they're screaming, and that environment I'd never really felt before. And it's kind of like a drug. Like, you get hooked on it, you don't really ever want to leave that. And so now I tell people I'm doing the same thing now with a guitar in my hand instead of a bat. It's kind of the same feeling. You walk out. It's a little different when you hit a bomb than singing a song, but it's still a feeling that I never ever get tired of, and that was the first time I'd ever felt it. So that was really cool. And then also in 2019 and 20 and 21, I got to write the theme song for the College World Series. So that was like a really cool full circle. My baseball life combined with my music life came together. So that was pretty awesome.
Do you ever get back out on the diamond? Are we going to join like a softball league or something like that, just to make sure you're staying in shape with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a softball team at home. We might revive it. It's like me, Jamison Rogers, Hardy, Jordan Davis. I'm Chris Lane. I'm leaving people out, but we have a softball team. Talked about starting back up this year. Also, shout out Nashville Dollies. It's a sandlot team. It's real pitching, wood bats, umpires, uniforms, the whole thing. I'm on that team. I don't get to play as much as I'd like, but I'm on that team, and it's awesome. They travel. They go to Austin. They take tour buses. It's a whole thing.
Okay, so you mentioned the people that you're going to be playing with. So besides you, who's the best player out there on the team?
Best athlete on the field, I may have to give it to Chris Lane. Chris Lane's a really good athlete, and but he also wears these red shorts that are like really, really tight and high. So it's tough to watch him, but he's a good athlete.
All right, and lastly, you came from Southern Miss here, and so they're part of the Sun Belt Conference. And so, which conference do you feel like produces the best country musicians?
I'm trying to think of who all it was. We were Conference USA back in the day. They've switched since I've been there. Probably the SEC. I don't know. Conference USA had Southern Miss, which was me. Sam Hunt was UAB, so he's also Conference USA. But other than that, probably SEC. SEC wins everything, I feel like. So.
Gosh, the SEC,
it. Brett Young was SEC.
Luke Bryan.
Where did he play? I didn't know he played.
Oh no, he actually didn't play. I'm just thinking he's just from Georgia, so he's an SEC. He's
baseball. No way.
All right, we appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Thank you very much.